Hey, what is up everybody, Blaze for here, and today for you guys in the video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're coming back with another part of the series of Compendium here, and we are going to be checking out the persona named Narcissus. Now, Narcissus is one of the few personas that is a little bit earlier game here, in which, if I'm right, you get a level 50, as you can see right here. And this persona is pretty darn decent. You can actually use them a little bit late game as well. They have a lot of uses in which you can kind of mismatch whatever one you kind of want to do with this one. So we're going to be at least showing off this whole persona and showing you exactly how to build them and what their uses really are for. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so as I said beforehand, this persona is going to be very useful when it does come down to just a little mix of a little bit of everything. They can apply debuffs. They can also really benefit off of being a offensive persona, and usually you can do a little bit of a mix match of both, and that is going to be what this actually excels at. Applying that winded status is really going to be helpful, especially for characters like Florette who really need that here, and this is what this persona is going to be used for, while also giving you some extra damage in general. So you can go ahead and farm this persona up. It's actually very early farmable here. As you can see, it has a base level of 50 here, and the two things that you actually can get them from, only one of them can require a pity, in which by that I mean you can get them before, of course, the pity, but if you do get unlucky, you get them too, and you can get him guaranteed. So this one does require a pity, but the other one in fact does not. This one you can go ahead and merge up, and they're actually from two very early on personas here, in which are easily farmable in general like that. You guys can see by the seals, so it's pretty easy to get this guy up and actually be usable when it does come down to this. Now, this persona is just going to help out a lot in general, but the main thing that we want to take a look at are the important skills. So as we go ahead and take a look at this guy's actual main skills here, we can see, of course, we're getting the wind damage that we needed with a chance of inflicting winded, which is a 100% chance, by the way. So characters who really do need that winded stat is going to really benefit off of this. But the things that we really want to go ahead and look at are a few skills down here that are fairly useful. Now, the one skill that I do have on this guy that is automatically useful is this apt pupil. This goes on any, like, of course, persona that you want to really kind of make a attacker type buffer persona, in which that's what I was going for. So we're going to be going ahead and showing you guys which ones to use. This is kind of an important one, but I wouldn't say you have to use it to an extent, but there are a few others that you do want to go ahead and get. So first things first, the one that you really guys want to get here, or at least the important one that you want to get here, is going to be Agile Insight 3, or at least the Speedmaster 3. This one can be obtainable in general from like characters like Dakini, in which we've showed previous little like videos. The other important one is going to be like hit rate boost here, which is actually obtainable off of Dionysus and different other ones called Rakunda, and those will actually help you out a lot when it does come down to actually getting that effect to actually proc all the time, because we do need to make sure at all costs that we proc this. So one of the few ones that we are going to look at is, I'm thinking, Rakunda here. I gotta find out exactly where he was. I forgot to upgrade him. There it is. Upgrade him before the video. But this one you want as well, because when you do upgrade them and you do try to go ahead and get them done here, they can give you hit rate boost 3, and this is going to be the most helpful one that you very so need in order to apply a lot of those little debuffs and things that you're looking for. This is going to increase it by 13%, so of course this is going to be very helpful for a lot of you guys who are actually trying to get those important stats off rip. Now the next one is going to be Magarula, and that one is a AoE wind attack, or at least AoE wind attack in general. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have it on me anymore, because I think I tried it on stream, and yeah, we didn't end up getting the actual drop for it, so we don't actually have that on our guy just yet. But that one's going to be very important as well, which, let's see if I can go ahead and find it down here to show you guys. It's Magarula here, because it is an AoE move. It's fairly easy to get this one as well. You do have to do a little bit of farming for this dude, but he is fairly obtainable. As you guys can see, he's actually guaranteed to drop it too, and actually I might go ahead and do this off camera later on. But You really want to get this as well because it is an AoE winded attack and it has a chance of inflicting winded. So of course with the effect hit boost, with this stacked on here, it is going to help you hit that winded status a lot more. Those are the main ones that you guys want to try and get, the least main three, which is Speedmaster, Hit Rate Boost, and Magarula. Those three definitely try to get, they're really important. Anything else from here is going to be optional. So let's go ahead and take a look into that. All right, so first one's first is going to be Dakini once again, and this is just because Dakini gives off a really good passive, and that is going to be Rebillion, or a really good buff. Now if you're using like Dionysus with this and stuff like that, there is no need to use Rebillion on Narcissus here. It's better to leave it on Dionysus for that. But of course, if you don't have Dionysus built and you don't have the skill there actually on them, putting it on at least Narcissus isn't the worst thing ever. And alongside of this, you are actually able to get the Agile Insight buff here as well. So if you did want to go ahead and add Agile Insight on this persona to just get them speed up, do your buffing, get up here in general, that is an option. Both of those would be optional, and at that point you will fill out how many slots you have for Narcissus. So those would be the only two, but there are a few other options that are probably better for him in general that you guys really want to go ahead and use, but this is always an option. You guys already know the drill. Hecatone Kairos once again makes an appearance inside of one of these videos here, and that's because he does have the resist damage 3 on him as well. So of course, if you guys want to take less damage, this would be a very good choice, though it honestly depends on you. Personally, the next two I'm going to mention, I feel like a lot of you should probably get instead, and that's just because we're going to be a little bit kind of squishy, so we're going to need a little bit more of this type of things that's going to help us out not only on living but also just sustainability on our skills. So look at these two first before we go ahead and look at Hecatone Kairos here. All right, so Ose is one of the few that I personally am going to be going for when it does come down to Narcissus here, and that's just because I feel like that we do need that extra life boost here that helps us out on that main HP. At the end of the day, of course, we are a supporter, so we are trying to help out as much as possible while we deal some small bits of damage. I don't feel like that we need to set up too much, so actually having these more passive related buffs here are really nice for this persona. But at the end of the day, that is just my own thought process when it does come down to this, but I would highly recommend life boost here and the next one that we're about to go over, which a lot of you guys also have seen a decent bit in these videos. And that is going to be Barong. Now Barong here is a very helpful, and the main reasoning for this is because of the SP recovery. Seeing that we need to proc so many winded statuses on this persona, we're going to be utilizing him quite a lot, meaning the SP that we do need here is going to be very much so useful. So having at least an SP recovery up here when it does come down to Narcissus might actually be very helpful. I feel like a lot of you guys should go with this one and the last one that I just went over. Those two are definitely going to be the ones that you really want to kind of build on, and just having those in general would be very helpful in general. So please do consider using them too. That is just very helpful at all for this whole persona, and I feel like you guys would really enjoy those two for your overall build. Leonon Saeed makes another appearance inside of these videos here, and when it comes down to this, you guys already know exactly what we're going to be using, and that's going to be Rakunda. This is if you wanted to make the persona more of a little bit of a debuffer while also stacking more debuffs on here. So I feel like this isn't needed. We're already stacking a winded status in general, which does take down the defense. The only reason why you would want to have another defense down is, I guess, for somewhat semi defense shredding, but normally you're going to have a different supporter with you that's going to be doing that anyways. So I don't feel like this one is very necessary for at least Rakunda itself, though it is a higher defense down percentage for 3 turns. So I mean, like, you guys can think about it if you very so want to, though I would not recommend it. All right, next is Kuramo Kuten. This is one that is also really helpful as well. One of the last ones that we're going to end up doing today. And that's mainly just because the homie is also fairly useful in general, and it's going to be for the Regen III. So if you did want to get a little bit of HP at the end of each turn, sure, this is going to be helpful. I still wouldn't recommend it because it's not a huge booster here. So of course it's going to be up to you at the end of the day when it does come down to this, at least persona. But let's go ahead and get back to Narcissus. All right, so now that we've actually utilized, or at least told you guys exactly what skills to go for, let's go ahead and finalize these dudes. So one of the few ones that we're gonna go for, let's act like nothing's here for this character. One of the things I told you guys to go for no matter what is going to be Speedmaster, Hit Rate Boost, and Magarula. That means you have 2 slots to really work with this. And I fully did tell you guys, try to utilize Invigorate being here and at least using Life Boost. Now, I forgot I had App Pupil on here, of course. If you already have an App Pupil or you want more crit rate in general, utilizing App Pupil and using Invigorate on here would definitely be your last 2 slots, and you would just go without the Life Boost, though that's kind of up to you on that one. I forgot that I ended up putting this on them, so I am going to leave this here, and we are going to get Invigorate instead being our last slot, and we're going to get this guy fully built for you guys. But this is going to be very, very helpful. Now, the way we're going to utilize him is mainly just going to be trying to apply this winded status and go from there. Everything else is just going to be that winded status, just basic old inbuilt passives, because remember, speed boost, hit rate, and stinking App Pupil with Invigorate are all going to be just skills that are all passives. So you only technically have Magarula and this one dealing damage the entire time. So once, of course, you do apply this winded status, you're going to be spamming Magarula a lot just to make sure you're getting a ton of damage off in general for this character. So once again, you get your buffs in with one of your other personas. Afterwards, you swap to this one, smack them with the first skill to make sure you're getting that winded status off, and then Magarula spam as much as possible in order to really get the most out of this persona. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. This one is just big speed, help you do everything. You really don't need too much. You just got to make sure Wonder's going first, and it helps you quite a lot when doing this little thing here. Now, those are going to be your main things that you guys really want to go ahead and pay attention to. Nothing too much when it does come down to this persona. It is a really, really good persona in general, so of course check it out. But without further ado, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button with your forehead. Consider subscribing if you are new. We do oh god, I say daily. Jeez, that was so messed up. We do daily freaking videos on Persona 5X. Until next time, everybody, peace out.